Are you feeling stuck in a rut and dreaming of a fresh start? Maybe your current city, just ain't cutting it anymore. Do you crave adventure, a different atmosphere, and stunning natural beauty right outside your doorstep? Denver might just have the answer that you've been searching for. But let's make sure Denver is the perfect fit. This video isn't just about the amazing things Denver has to offer, it's about you. So we'll explore our relocation guide. There's 5 steps that we have for a seamless move. We're going to uncover some practical tips for moving and address any concerns that you might have. So let's get started. First up, let's gather that information. The first step is gathering that intel. Research things like average home prices, school rankings, crime rates, and all of that in every different neighborhood that you're considering. You can find this information online and checking out local newspapers and blogs and articles. There are even online forums you can chat with people that already live in Denver and can get their take on the city. And if you're lucky, your new employer might even offer some relocation assistance. This could typically include anything from helping you find a place to live to covering some of your moving costs. Definitely check with HR to see what kind of support they might offer. Next up here, number 2, is identify your local neighborhood. So once you've really had a general sense of the city, it's time to narrow down the ideal neighborhood. The home search process, we're going to cast a wide net and shrink that down into what's important for you and the family. Is your short commute important? Are the good schools important for the kids? What about easy access to transportation? Now you're going to want to make a list of your priorities and start researching neighborhoods that fit that bill. We can help you with that, of course. And while you're going to do online research a ton, there's nothing quite like getting a feel for the place in person. If you can, try to visit some of the neighborhoods you're interested in. I suggest always on the weekends, and then try to pepper in a weekday or two to see the general vibe and the sense of community, the buzz that it has at various times of the week. Like, is there enough parking? Are there parks nearby? Are there shops nearby? Now, these are all things to consider when making your decision. Of course, if it all just feels a bit overwhelming, don't hesitate to ask for help. And we're happy to help if you're moving to our area that we serve. If you're moving out here, and if you're moving outside of Colorado, we can refer you to a great agent in your next state who can take wonderful care of you. Third step here is find your new one and potentially sell your old one if you have to. Now that we've got a good idea of where you want to live in Denver, it's time to find that dream home. Okay, so here's where we can obviously help because we have access to the latest listings through the MLS, which is the multiple listing service. And we can really search for properties that tick off all of your must-haves and even that wish list. So whether it's a spacious backyard for the kids or a modern kitchen for your inner chef, you're definitely going to want to be honest with yourself about what you need. So make a list of your top priorities, like the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, and be prepared to make some compromises if your budget isn't endless. If you're already a homeowner, selling your current place can add another layer of moving to the process. Strategizing can help figure out the best approach, whether it's selling before you buy or renting it out for a while. I can also give you an idea of how much your current home is worth, which will definitely help you determine your budget on your new place. Now, the timing of buying and selling can also be tricky, but I can guide you through that entire process because not everybody can handle 2 mortgages at once, so it's important to have a plan. Next, let's start to prepare for your departures because saying goodbye to that old place can be very bittersweet, especially for the kids if you have them. Now, leaving behind friends and familiar surroundings can be tough on those kiddos. So talk to them openly about the move, and if you can, swing by your new neighborhood beforehand for a visit. Because seeing their new home and exploring the area can help ease any anxieties that they might have. Now comes that packing party. This can be a time-consuming beast, so you definitely want to start early in the process. So gather all the packing supplies you need, the boxes, the tape, the bubble wrap, the whole shebang. And be honest with yourself. Do you really need that dusty exercise bike from the basement that you haven't used in months or years even? Or those clothes that you haven't worn in a decade? What a great time for a fresh start. So you can donate or toss anything that you don't absolutely need. And to make unpacking a breeze on the other side, definitely label those boxes clearly. Check off and mark the contents in which room they belong in, and maybe even throw a number for good measure. Now, keeping a master list of everything can be a lifesaver to make sure nothing gets lost in the move. And we created a moving guide for all of our clients that has packing and transportation. Everything is going to be a huge job for you. So if you have it in the budget, consider hiring professional movers and don't pay a big deposit up front. Wait until your stuff is safely delivered to your new home. Finally, you'll decide how you're gonna get your car to Denver. You can have your car shipped, or you can take the road trip yourself, booking hotels along the way if needed. Once we've all packed up, we of course have to prepare for the arrival because you're almost there. It's make move-in day as smooth as possible. So plan ahead for your arrival in Denver. Depending on how long it takes for your belongings to arrive, you might need to book a hotel for a few nights. Pack an essentials box with things that you're gonna need right away, like toiletries, pajamas, and a change of clothes. This way you won't be digging through boxes after a long day of moving. Don't forget to schedule your utilities to be turned off in your new place. The water bill, the electricity, and while you're at it, call to shut off the utilities at your old place. Update your address with everybody, your banks, your subscriptions, the mail forwarding service. And of course, if you have kids, as mentioned, get them registered for school and transfer any records that they'll need. Think about having your new place professionally cleaned before you move in. This is also a good time to tackle any renovations or painting that you might have planned, because it's easier to do all of these things before all of your stuff arrives. But if you don't have someone you can trust to keep your eyes on things while you're gone, you might need to consider putting some things in storage until the work is done. A pod would be great for that. And make sure your new place has window treatments, especially in the bedrooms and those bathrooms, because temporary privacy film can work in a pinch if needed. And if your new home is missing some appliances, you might want to buy those ahead of time. The best thing to do is just schedule delivery and installation shortly after you drive. Just double check the measurements and installation instructions carefully, because you don't want to end up with an appliance that doesn't fit or needs a bunch of expensive modifications. If you have a car, you're going to need to transfer your license and registration to Colorado and update your insurance. If you'll be relying on public transportation, however, take some time to research the options and figure out all the different schedules for buses and trains. And by planning ahead, you can make your arrival in Denver a breeze. You know, moving can feel like a logistical nightmare, but don't worry. These steps that we just spoke about, you've prepped and you're on your way to Denver. So just take it one step at a time and remember you're not alone in this. I know moving is stressful, and a study actually showed that over half of people rank moving as more stressful than a divorce or starting a new job. And with some planning, when the right people by your side, your move to Denver can be a positive and super exciting experience. And I specialize in helping people move and relocate right here to Denver with as little stress as possible. The team can connect you with movers, handymen, cleaners if necessary, decorators, contractors, basically really anyone that might be needed to make your move smooth sailing. So ditch the headache, give us a jingle, and you know we're happy to help plan your stress-free move to Denver. The best thing you can do is check the link in the top pinned comment or the description. It has a link directly to our availability on our calendar. Just pick a time and date that jives with your availability. You know, we are really happy that you have spent a little bit of your day with us here today. While you're here, check out one of these other videos, snoop around the channel a bit. And as always, when you get here to Colorado to check out your new property, you're gonna really love our great Colorado sunny days. Stay sweet.